Hi. Hi guys. Welcome to my channel, and today I want to talk about auction. Sorry. I want to talk about auctions. Yeah. Auctions, yes, it's a bit random, but listen, it's currently a thing that is an obsession in this household of mine. Um, I think at least once a week we check on auction what's available, and it is a problem. Like in this economy, why, girl? Yeah. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you all about auctions that we've participated in, how we got into it, where do we do it, what have we bought, a little demo of what it looks like, and how you actually bid on stuff. So yeah, I was one of those people. If I thought auctions, I always thought about rich people on TV buying like odd pieces and all that jazz. I didn't think it was a thing that a everyday normal person could participate in until a friend of ours just told us about it. So he was like deep, deep in it. Yeah, and initially didn't really take notice until I actually needed some stuff for the house, and you know, I don't like paying full price for stuff. And if I do pay full price, it better be, more than I need, like more. So trying to buy a study desk, somewhere I could work in the house. What's available in the shops is actually not that great. Um, for like 1,500 rand, you're getting like a small desk, maybe a drawer or two if you're lucky. But like, yeah, no, I was underwhelmed. Gumtree, underwhelmed. A lot of them are like, yes, your office desk type situation, which, mm. So I ended up checking one of these auction sites that this friend has told us about, and I actually ended up finding a desk for 600 rand. I found a steady wooden desk with three drawers on each side for 600 rand, guys. Like, for me, that was like my gateway in. I was convinced you can get a good bargain on an auction. So yeah, that's how I got in. So what we buy in auctions is basically anything. There's actually you can get anything in an auction, like anything, just whatever you think about. Like there's in the last month alone, there's been auctions for high-end jewelry, high-end furniture, normal furniture, everyday furniture, electronics, mining equipment, cars, trucks, like yeah, everything, anything, whatever. Like it just depends where you are, but they sell anything at an auction. So, but the ones that we usually participate in is like your electronics and everyday goods. Where do we participate in the auction? Actually, we don't even leave our house to participate in an auction. Um, they have an app. Both auction houses that we usually use, both have apps or websites where you can participate. You can do all your bids and stuff in the comfort of your own home. You never have to leave your house unless you want to see the items. Um, Speaking of items, the condition of the items varies from auction to auction. So some auctions is used stuff. So like if you're buying cars or whatever, it's used items. Even if you're buying small goods, um, some of it is open box items, which means the item is new, but it was just like opened. Like if you buy something at the shop, you don't like it, you return it. Um, it might end up in an auction at a fraction of the price you would have bought if the box was still closed. Everything usually is still inside that you need. It's just that the box has been opened, so you get it at a discount. Um, some stuff is damaged. Some stuff is I know the one auction, a lot of their furniture pieces are like vintage pieces, more rustic pieces. Yeah, so the condition varies, and the thing that you need to check is for each auction. Actually check what the condition of the stuff that you're selling is. A lot of auctions recommend that before you buy or you bid on anything, you must actually go view the stuff that you want to buy so you can see the condition of it, because once you've bid on it and if you win, it's yours, you need to pay for it. So for big ticket items, I would actually go and see them or view them before you buy them, especially like electronics, if you're buying like a washing machine or something. But for like your normal everyday, something that costs like 100 Rand, like I don't go through the effort. So it's up to you. So you can go view or you can just buy as is. So on this app, this is a local auction site, and they usually do secondhand stuff. So if you like stuff like antiques, you'll get that kind of stuff here. So I've already registered this one, so I've got like a paddle number. So as you can see, it's like furniture pieces, like the silver painted mirror, and the current bid is 150 for that. If I wanted to bid, I could just press place bid. As you can see, the increments are 25 Rand. If I want to pay maximum of 200 Rand, then I can just go ahead and bid 200 Rand. It's going to submit my bid at 175. But as soon as someone outbids me and gets to my max price, they'll notify me. Yeah. So this is the one we started with before we found out about the other one, which I'm going to show you now. So this one is a much bigger auction house. So they do auctions of everything and all around the country, even Lesotho. So this one is a Durban one, which I'm currently registered for and taking part in. They've got this one, which I found sad, which is the Edcon auction. They've actually got like this one, there's 38 clusters of contact center desks selling. Current bid is 50 Rand, but I think that auction is not, it's still gonna go on for a while. You've got trucks, like this is a truck auction. They've got vehicles that were repossessed. They've got property. They've got luxury items, and then they've got what this one we usually take part in. They haven't loaded it yet, which is normal household goods and electronics. Yeah. So if I just show you, this one is currently on and it's ending tomorrow. I've got a couple of things that I'm watching on this. So important thing is to read the auction information. Some require deposit, some don't. Usually the Durban ones don't require deposit, but the Cape Town's ones usually do. And also read what the buyer's commission and VAT is, because that gets charged on top of the amount that you won the bid for. And some of these bids actually require you to send in documentations for you to be approved. This one didn't. So it's important to read this. Also important is to check the condition of the goods. So some of them, like this one, if you look at the notes section, it's an open box, which means it's a new item. It's just that the box was opened. Maybe someone returned the goods, but it's new. Whereas some are actually damaged goods and some are second-hand goods. So just some tips and tricks if you're participating in an auction. One is have a list of the stuff that you're actually looking for and have a budget for each item. It's very easy with the stuff because there's a lot of good deals that you will find that you end up just buying a whole lot of riffraff that you actually don't even need. It's like going to Chinatown, like it's a problem. Like you end up just like picking everything just because it's so cheap. So it helps if you actually have a rough guideline of stuff that you're looking for. It'll help guide what you bid on and don't bid on. Also, for each item, have a price that you're willing to pay for the item. In an auction, especially towards the end, there's a lot of activity, a lot of people coming to bid for stuff. So you might have gotten to attached to something because you saw that maybe you could get, what example can I use? You've seen that there was a couch and it started maybe bidding at like 500 Rand, and you've now have it at 800 Rand. So you've invested yourself in, now you're going to get this couch for 800 Rand. And then towards the end of the auction, all of a sudden, all these people come and start bidding and bidding up the price. But because you've already, set your mind on this item, you see it in your place, you see it, you might end up just like bidding and bidding until the price doesn't even make sense. Sometimes it's just like people like winning. We want to win stuff. So even though you're going to pay for it, so you might end up just like bidding and bidding just because you want to be the one that wins the item. So my thing is always have a max price of what you're willing to pay for the item. If you're not too attached to it, you can actually just bid the max price up front and leave it. Just leave it. If someone outbids you, then it's fine. Like it's gone. Don't even check on the item. The the app will do all the work for you. So if someone outbids you, they will bid you again. You will bid that outbid you until it gets to your max price. And if it gets your max price, they'll send you a notification, but otherwise you can just leave it and not go back. So definitely, definitely, definitely have a max price and kind of try and stick with it. Otherwise it gets like out of control very quickly. Another thing is to factor in fees and commissions paid. Each auction will tell you what commission they're going to get from it, and some auctions also charge VAT. So when you look at the price that you've bid, it doesn't include all those fees. So if you were willing to pay a maximum of 500 Rand for an item, just take into account that if you bid 500 Rand, you're going to pay more than 500 Rand for the item because you'll still need to add the 10% commission or the 15% VAT or both. So don't forget the fees. Each auction has different fees. Each auction house uses a different fee structure. So before you bid, calculate what your maximum bid is and then minus those fees so you know what to bid on. Like, don't forget fees. Don't. Confirm the condition of the item, especially if it's an item that's a bit more pricey or something that's electronic and you actually want it to work. It's in your best interest to actually make sure, if the auction house doesn't tell you the condition of the item, to actually go check it out. I nearly made this mistake once, and yeah. So we bought through winter because I was going through the most, just like um trying to handle the transaction from one child to two, and it's Corona. My nanny's not here. She does our washing, and it was just like a lot, because now we're all stuck in the house. I have to do everyone's washing. It's the middle of winter. It takes forever for stuff to dry. It was a big rainy season this year, so it was a lot. So I saw a tumble dryer on auction, and it's a tumble dryer that cost like three and a half thousand Rand, and I think I got it for 1.8. Yes, I got it for like 1,800 Rand, but I actually didn't bother going to check the condition of the item. I was excited. It's there. It's cheap. I can afford it. Because before I wasn't thinking of getting a tumble dryer because one, they're expensive to run, and two, they're expensive just to buy. So for me, it was something that was kind of, and then it was right there. I bought it, and when we went to pick it up, when I got there were two appliances. I couldn't tell when I got there whether it was a washing machine or tumble dryers, but there were two of them, and they had the biggest, the biggest dent on the side. I was literally, yeah, I was having a mini panic attack when I saw that. Luckily, it wasn't our stuff, and our stuff was inside, and it was not damaged. Um, which was, yeah. But so if you're gonna buy something that's like 2,000 Rand, you actually might want to check it out and see that it is what it is and it works and it's not badly damaged before you buy it. Otherwise, for smaller things, I wouldn't. Yeah. So this desk is one of the first items I ever got on auction. I think it was 600 Rand. I wanted something with more storage space, and not as tiny as the desks you get for like the entry-level desks are like 1,200 Rand and they're quite small. So for 600 Rand, I think this was a good deal. I'm actually thinking of doing a DIY on it at some point, to repaint the wood. See, I still have the sticker on. I'm such a bad person. I'm thinking of repainting the wood, changing its color, changing the handles, and making it look a bit different to what it is now. But this chair actually I also got on auction for 400 Rand. No, it was five. Yeah, I think it was 500 Rand for the chair. My desk, I also bought this vanity. It was actually wooden when I bought it. It wasn't this color, but I did like a DIY paint situation. You can see I cheated in some of these lines. I need to redo that. Yeah, I bought this vanity. I repainted it, changed the handles. Those were wooden, and also made it shocking pink inside. Okay. Um, and also then lined the bottom with like a marble type contact paper. I got this with the chair for 400 Rand. So this chair I still need to do something with or change it completely. If you've got any ideas of what I can do to make this chair look a bit different what it is now and match the general setup here, please let me know. Our next auction buy, oh my gosh, it's quite windy, was this trampoline. We weren't initially thinking of buying one immediately because they're quite expensive, but we got this at a 30% discount on auction, and when we saw it we just decided let's just get it. It's got all the netting and everything, and it was in its original packaging, all the screws and stuff still in place. It's just that the box was opened. Yeah. So besides the stuff I've shown you, besides the desk and the chairs and the whatnots, we've also bought pans. There's these non-stick pans that I've always wanted to try out, but it's like 400 Rand a pan. And then I was able to find them on auction for 400 Rand for three, like three of them for 400 Rand. It was like such a good bargain, and they're amazing. I love them, and yo, if they ever like get damaged, I might actually end up paying full price to just buy them again because they're just amazing. But at least now I know it's worth the money, whereas before I didn't. So, and I've mentioned the tumble dryer. Yeah, there's a whole lot of other random stuff. It's around the house. So yeah. And that is all I have to say about auctions. If you do want to try it out, I'm going to put a link to the auction houses I've used in the description below, and you can try it out, but be safe. Don't do anything reckless, and don't blame me if you do. Like, no. Um, Otherwise, that is it for me from today. If you like this kind of content, please let me know in the comments. If you've taken part in an auction, also let me know how has been your experience. Would you do something like that? And what would you even buy on auction? Yeah, and if you like this, please thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.